Good morning, everybody. So, this life of ours, it's a great mystery. How do we investigate this mystery? How do we be good detectives? And where do we start? We start where we end, with our very own minds. How do we investigate our very own minds? In Zen, there's a fundamental question, open-ended question. What is this? Now, in the last moment, does it have the same answer as in the next moment? So there are clues in this great mystery as we investigate. So we ask this question, open-ended question, what is this? Without having a predetermined answer based on something we learned or heard or thought. How do we become a really good private eye and investigate this mind of ours? Suzuki Roshi said it a long time ago. Beginner's mind. The longer we sit, the longer we practice, the more it becomes a habit. And pretty soon we think we know what we're doing. Now we've stopped investigating. Now we're just an actor in the play. And we have no idea why we got to where we got to. The good detective is always right there. What is this? Aha, I see. Just don't know. Stop making. Be present. Everything always changes. Pay attention. So the message is always the same. We just approach it from different ways. Why? Because a good detective does that. Now, there's a whole other aspect to this, of course, because there is no outcome. The mystery isn't solved. It's never solved. So the Heart Sutra, coming back to that, that's why it's so difficult, because it's always empty. So I don't know, where's the answer? Maybe the answer is just in the question. If I ask, what is this right now? It's 5 after 11. It's Sunday morning. If I ask that question tonight at 11 o'clock, it's not the same answer. Obviously. Why do we keep trying to make it the same? When we were 10 years old, we had this attitude. If we carry that attitude through the rest of our lives, we're still a 10-year-old. We had ponytail and beard when I was 21. I know guys who are 78 still have the ponytail and the beard. No. Hey, change it up. Come on, man. Change it up. See what life brings when you change it up a little. So, asking that question. Just don't know. Beginner's mind. It's not so easy, is it? I mean, we lose track that we're assuming things and we're projecting things and we think we know. And we lose track of that very easily. That's why, the great Zen master Suzuki, when he said, look, every time you sit down, you must have beginner's mind. Every time. So that's good advice. So let's all be good detectives. We investigate the nature of our own minds. So I'm leaving everything hanging there, aren't I? There's the mystery's still a mystery. What do you have to say?
Nope. Perhaps it's not just to like be able to stay calm in traffic, but just to investigate what's happening. Like perhaps it's not to attain the ability to, you know, be at peace in every situation, but just to stay in the question and investigate and watch.
Yeah, I think that the reaction and response will be different when you do that. I think, with the example of getting angry, that's reaction rather than action of of investigating, saying, "What is this?" And just that extra moment that you take to investigate in that situation gives you, the freedom to go either way. You could still say, "Hey, you fucking idiot," and
If
then
it's done with a smile and
but
like,
you drop it and you move on. It's like, oh yeah, yeah. It's yeah. uh, I can't emphasize it enough. It's just I have this great imagination. If I don't recognize that it's imagination, I think it's real. You see, there's such a difference there. Uh, I can appreciate the imagination and use it to be creative as opposed to chasing down something that's not real. It's like being in a dream. We're dreaming. We think this dream is real, but a lucid dreamer sees it as a dream and still is dreaming. That's the difference. So if you don't want to be a detective, be a lucid dreamer. Just be. All right. Anybody, anything else?
I was just thinking of the traffic light and being angry or being not angry and stuff. And that to me seems to be almost a byproduct of sitting. Because you're seeing your mind all over and concentrated and all over and concentrated. And you see these other things aren't that important. You can't even grasp your own mind. And that gives an attitude and a way to look at the world. And then you're sitting in that traffic light where I would be just as, even the other night, how do they manage to time the light so you get every single all the way, and
Uh-huh.
but then you're noticing that you're thinking that,
Yes.
and that's part of your practice. And oh, there it is, there it goes.
Yeah.
And then you're back to you may still watch all the red lights, but it just doesn't seem to matter.
Yeah.
It's just an outcome of that concentration and that sitting and that um, really knowing everything is ineffable. It's just
Yeah.
out of there.
I looked out of the front window this morning when I opened the shades, and was a squirrel chasing another squirrel across the front yard. Then I went to the back to lower the shades because the sun comes in there, and there was a squirrel running across the deck. So is this just observing my mind? Okay. Anything else? No? Good. Thanks, guys. It's a nice sit this morning. Appreciate you.